Hi, I'm Cathy McDougall, one of the master trainers at the HAC Personal Athletic Club. I'm here today to give you a couple of exercises that you can include into whatever home routine you're doing now. You're not going to need any fancy equipment, and I'm going to guarantee you probably have what you need somewhere in your house. Basically, 2 washcloths. These are basically the home version of discs or glides that you might see in the gym, but we are working from home, so we're going to give it our best. Now, these exercises that I'm going to show you are things that you can either add into the current exercise routine you're doing now, maybe a circuit. You can throw them in the beginning, you can throw them in the end. You can use these as active rest exercises, or we can use these as a group. You're going to have to do quite a few reps to get the heart rate up, but you can use them all together. So the first exercises we're going to do are lunges. Forward, backward, side, and curtsy. I have my glides under both feet. This is a little less stable than if I only use one glide at a time. I'm going to demonstrate with the 2, but you can do it either way, it doesn't matter. If you have dumbbells or some cans of soup or something in your hands to add a little bit of resistance, that's great. But I'm assuming we have nothing at home other than the things around the house. So the first one we're going to do is our rear lunge. I'm going down, keeping my torso up, coming back up. Obviously, great leg workout. I'm using my core, and do enough of these, and you're going to start to get out of breath. So we could do 10 rear lunges on each leg, one side at a time, or alternate. A side lunge, same thing, but I'm going to keep this leg bent as I push this leg out, and my right leg, you're really going to feel it dragging back in. I'm using this leg as the stable leg. Down, drag it back in. Make it difficult for yourself by going nice and slow. Maybe 10 or 12 on one side, 10 or 12 on the other side. And then we could do a curtsy lunge, which goes behind, so we have a little bit of rotational movement. I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to curtsy and come back to center. As you're doing these, try to push that hip really out to the side that your foot is going. You are going to feel that beautiful stretch all through your hip and the top of your glutes. Oh, maybe 10 or 12 on each side. And then for a forward lunge, I'm going to do one at a time because you are less stable. With these, you're stepping forward and pushing off and dragging. You have to be slow again with these because it involves a little bit of stability, especially if your floor is slick like mine, and pull. And then of course you can add them all together if you want. You could do your side lunge to your rear lunge, side lunge, and rear lunge. Enough of these, you start to get breathless, and of course you're working your legs, your core, all with just your towels. Our next exercise, we're going to get down on the floor, seated with your legs crossed to one side. You're only going to use one of your glides, and you're going to set it underneath your shoulder. I'm going to push this way, and I'm going to feel it with my abs pulled in tight. I'm going to feel it through my abs, and then I'm going to pull back to center. As you do this, I'm going to pull with my abs. I'm not using my shoulders or my arm to pull. I'm pulling with my abs. We can make this exercise harder by adding a little bit of rotation. So with your arm in the sky, you're going to come to here, and now I'm going to twist through my arm, come back to center, and pull back to center. Okay? Push, rotate, and pull back to center. This is a great exercise for your shoulders, for your obliques, and come back to center. Do maybe 10 or 12 on each side. You're really going to feel that nice pulse through your abs and a little bit in your shoulders as well. The next group of exercises we're going to do are for our hamstrings and glutes. So again, you're on the floor and you're going to put your cloths underneath your heels with your toes up. You're going to lay down on the floor, the cold floor here, and we're going to start with just our hip bridges with one leg at a time. Hands down by your side, lift your glutes up, push your leg out, bring it in, drop down. Other leg, out, in, and down. So I'm alternating back and forth with a nice slow, controlled pace And as I'm doing these, I'm thinking about squeezing my glutes at the top to really get them activated, okay? You can do 10, 12, 15 on each side, but then let's go ahead and make it a little bit harder. This time, your glutes are gonna stay up the whole time in your nice hip bridge, and you're gonna go out and in, okay? Do these for 20 seconds or so, and you're really gonna start to feel those hamstrings engaged, but then we can make it even faster, and this is where the real work happens. We're here, and we're going. If you can get 20 or 30 seconds of these at a time, you're gonna get your heart rate up, and you're gonna feel those hamstrings engaged. Great exercises, again, for your hamstrings and your glutes. This next exercise that I'm going to show you, I hope you've already included it in any kind of circuit training you're doing, because it's something that absolutely gets that heart rate up. And we're going to do mountain climbers. Taking your rags, you're going to put them underneath your toes, right here, and we're going to get up into our plank position, and we're just doing mountain climbers, knees in and out. You can do them slow and controlled to really feel it in your abs, or if we go ahead and speed up, so too does our heart rate. This exercise right here is something that you should incorporate into any kind of circuit training you're doing, keeping that heart rate up, working on your abs and your quads. It's a great exercise.